Hello, good evening. Welcome one, welcome all to Blaine's Escape Corner, my little corner of the internet where we get together and we talk about the things that help us escape. It is once again a tank top day, but it's a special tank. It's a special tank today, so it's okay. It's okay because I live my life a quarter mile at a time, and so should you. So should you. Take everything as it comes. Everything will be all right. I'm glad that ended up being straight for the screen. My monitor is inverted, so I never know. I never know if something's gonna show up straight ways or sideways when I jump into stuff. Do I watch the Great British Bake Off at all? Kind of. I have seen it. It's usually just not anecdote, passively. I passively watch it because my wife and mother-in-law really like that show, so they will watch that show, and I will catch that show from time to time. Hello, Dragon Ruse, Serranos. How are things going? All right. Fun night plan today. So we have, it's Anna Monday, because I took anime and made the M turn into a Monday, so silly things, stupid things. We are back, locked and loaded with another 3-liter of Tanuki because it is going to be a fun, long night tonight. News this weekend, if there was any, I wasn't paying attention to it, so didn't really catch a whole lot. But what I did catch was a couple little things coming across my feed where I thought, interesting. Gundam is outselling Dragonball. This is the title. This is, you read an article and you see an article title, and an article title is supposed to make you go, well, I need to click that. I need to read whatever's in this article, or this title's enough for me to say, oh, I can say this thing in a group and not have read this article, whatever it may be. How in the world was Dragon Ball ever outselling Gundam? If it's now news that Gundam is outselling Dragon Ball, then at some point Dragon Ball would have to be outselling Gundam. But you don't have Gunpla for Dragon Ball. So how? Like, they have to be just ignoring the numbers that they are selling when it comes to model kits, because there's no way on this planet could I imagine a world wherein Dragon Ball is making more off of merch sales added in than Gundam. So I want to get into this. You know me, I love that business. I love that. Show me them dollar signs and how you make them, and my brain starts strategizing like I'm not playing chess, because we all know what happens when I'm playing chess, and that is not strategizing. So we'll go through that. And then just a quickie on the Reincarnated as a Sword, because I think that show looks hilarious and awesome. Between Reincarnated as a Sword and Reincarnated as a Vending Machine, we have got some fun isekai coming up. And I love my popcorn trash. So we'll get into those. And then what'll happen is we're going to finish that, and we are going to see if we can migrate everyone over to Twitch. Twitch has now been set up, I will say, tentatively. It's good enough that I should be able to get it rolling, and we'll see if my computer explodes, because it's been a while since I've asked a single machine to do everything. So we will try to play some Minecraft on our new server here, thanks to Serrano. So we'll get that rolling and see what happens. And do that over on Twitch after the show today. So we're going to have some fun, but we always have to start ourselves off with a little kampai. Weird how they make so much money when it only costs 50 to 120 for a gun. Exactly. Like, you can get an SD Gundam kit This little guy right here, if you find a good deal on it, you could pay $12 or get it on sale for maybe $10. Like, you can get these kits for cheaper. In Japan, these kits run 500 to 600 yen. So the translation is like $4 to $5 if you're there. But then shipped and margined, you're usually going to pay about $10 to $12 for a mini SD kit. The directly above my head, this death scythe here, that's a $60 kit. You know, and it's like, it's all plastic. It's all plastic out of an injection mold. So after you've made that injection, your cost keeps going down as you make more. So I can't see it. I just can't see it. But we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll jump into that article here in a minute. We got our compies. Now it's time for what have I been watching? Last updated. Alrighty. Last time we talked, I had only watched like Vermilion Gold and Prima Doll, and I was kind of liking where they were going with those. I am now fully caught up on Couple of Cuckoos. We are getting that that triangle turning into a square a little bit more, but still not admitting that it's a square. So I don't know what we're going to do with Sachi. I don't know if Sachi's ever going to really step past that I'm jealous for my bro and I want him to be safe into the like relationship status. I don't know if it's going to get there. It might, but for right now at least she's still playing the that hussy's trying to break up my sister and my brother. So I'm okay. I'm okay so far, but it might go a little weird. It might get a little weird. Little micro Panee Gundam only takes a small wallet versus Leviathan Dong 250 plus 1/60th Gundam. Goodness, some of those perfect grade, oh, they're so cool. But when I think about spending over $200 for something, it needs to be like, here's probably the most extravagant thing that I purchase with $200 that someone else would be like, do you need to spend that money? Would be shoes, right? I like buying a really nice pair of shoes. They feel good. They fit well. I wear my shoes. I don't just buy the dang things and let them sit. Now I have very nice containers that they stay in because they're good shoes and I want to keep them nice. However, I do wear my shoes. I wear them out. I have one pair of shoes that I have not worn because I got the Nike Air Jordan 1s in the Japan release. That's the navy. And I got them before we were going to go to Japan back in 2020, before everything hit the fan. And I was like, I can't wait. I'm going to wear these for the first time in Japan. I told myself that, and now I still haven't been to Japan. So I'm going to wear them. I just need to hit that point where I actually will put them on. So that's probably the closest thing I can think of spending a couple $100 on that's kind of in that frivolous vein. But at the same time, I feel like my argument of like, they feel good, I wear them, you know, they're useful, you know, that they do a thing. It sort of steps past the, here's a big piece of plastic that's going to sit on my desk and be there. I have trouble with that one. I'm actually thinking about spending 200 plus on an Arknight's 1/7 figure. Would also be spending an extra 30 on a case, because if I'm spending that much on a figurine, you need insurance. Exactly. You do need that extra case if you're going to do that. Most expensive figure I have is probably going to be I have Saber in a dress version. There was an EX. I think that ended up being like $60 once you factor in the exchange rate at the time. But it's like, yeah, I bought it because I was going to sell it. Now it just sits there on my shelf. Oh, I can't sell it yet. Price might change. I'm stupid. I might have to get some more figures though. Some like Cuckoo's figures or something. Cuckoo's figures. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. I don't mean to use the C word so flippantly. Boom. Also, Call of the Night. fully caught up on Call of the Night, all 6 episodes. There's only 6 episodes out right now, right? Yes, okay. Really having fun with this one. I wish we had one more scene in the last episode. I want the scene where they get Yuta into the pool club, because they go to one of those like nighttime pool clubs where there's a pool, but it's also like you're there at like a nightclub kind of a thing, so everybody's drinking, having a good time. And I'm like, this kid's 14. How did he get in there? The dialogue feels so great. Yeah, the dialogue is well written and it's well executed. Like when she's getting hit on at the club and you see her sort of sneak a glance and a quick smirk at him, you're like, I know what's up. This is well executed. So I'm super stoked to see this continue. Very, very fun on that. The most you spent money on that's not something you need is a PS4. Well spent money because doubles as a Blu-ray player. Yup. Yes, it does. I remember a time when the PS3 released and it was the cheapest Blu-ray player on the market. And you would have people buy a PS3 because even the Fat Boy at $700 was cheaper than the brand new Blu-ray players that were running $1,000 or $1,200. Like that was a funny time in the world when everybody was using those as their, I need a Blu-ray player. Well, here's the cheapest one. That's a game console. Oh, funny stuff there. Why did this reset? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I think so. Phantom of the Idol. Kare Kurano. The hell is the Japanese name on this? Also known as Kami Kuzu. That's the other one, Kami Kuzu. Really like this show. Like it more the more we watch. The logistics of her being in him, the way that they can work together to figure out who actually is his idol identity now. Very fun. Very fun. The Blu-ray was co-owner with Sony. Yeah. Not too surprising there, is it? What is up, Channel 66? Do you remember when Blu-ray players cost more than a PS3? You spent $1,300 on your PC monitor accessories back right before COVID took over? Good timing. That's like I finished the build for the PC I'm using here. Ryzen 7 on the 30, is it the 350 board? Is that the one that has the extra power compared to the Tomahawk 450? Whatever. Anyway, you're asking me to show my age now? Well, it's not your age. I was around then. I was selling them at the time. I was the kid who was saying, you know, if you really would like a Blu-ray player, the PlayStation 3 is a great Blu-ray option and it only costs $700. Being very into new shit kept me ahead of it. Now, the real question, though, when you bought all of that is I went with the 2060 Super. Because the RTX had just come out with a 2060 that was basically the same spec as the 2070 line, minus I think a gig of RAM. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's a killer price because you're paying 2060 price to get a 2070 basically. I was like, cool. I don't need to do too much. I wasn't doing much VR at the time. Now I have an index, so it's like, well, maybe we should have gone and move on. But then like 6 months later, it's like, oh look, 3080s and 3090s are and it's like, of course I get into the 2000s right before the 3000s release. So I at some point we'll have to update to a 30. I'd like to do the 3080, maybe just the 3070. I don't know what I need. Sapphire Tech. Let's see. Shall we judge you? YouTube redirect token. Bum, ba, 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 da, da, ba, ba, dum, bum, bum. Oh, you're a 5700 boy. I see. I see. You're in the other chips. I thought about those. I had a friend who he like stayed up late for the drop so that he could get one. Bloody blah. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but like because I had the Nvidia, I was like, I'll stick with the Nvidia, I guess. Is this even a, can you even buy this on this website? Or is it just like the manufacturer's site? Why is there not like at the top of this site should just be a big like buy me button that like takes me, it's got a, hold on, let me show the class. Let's show the class. Here is the video card, right? Oh, cool, Sapphire, nice. We got a video card. Okay, cool. Some photos of it for some reason. Some specs. It's the 5700. Okay, so I can download photos. I can share it. I can let people know I like it. Compare it to other things. How the hell you buy it? At least have a button that takes me to like an Amazon page that's like a search page. Like, why am I scrolling and I can't find out how to buy this damn card? A lot of PC nerds here. Yeah. What do you expect from Glasses Beard? The great PC nerd. I really like consoles. I love playing on consoles because you just buy the console and all of the components just work together and then it's good to go. Most of the time, sometimes, you know, modern era be what it may, but I'm a huge proponent. Like I've got a PS5 and I rock out on that. Wheat goatee. It is a light brown. You do the R7 3700X. I think that's the same one I have. I don't remember if I went with the X or not. Here's how you know I'm a computer nerd is instead of just like click something or like look up my receipt or something like that, I do a DX diag. I have the I went with the 3700X as well. So we have parity on our CPUs of choice, and it's the 570 board. That's the one that has the additional additional power. UA almost went AMD because of what they did with RAM, but then NVIDIA did the same with an update, and you have NVIDIA Broadcast, which is a great program. Yeah, I remember CUDA cores, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, if you want to stream, just get NVIDIA because they have like the something or whatever. Almost no difference. Similarly, it cost me $10 to get that. It came with their fancier looking RGB cooler. It does look pretty cool, but it's under the desk, so I can't see it. And it's just sitting there like it's mostly green. Also, I have 32 gig of RAM on this computer. So if I ever complain about something, just be like, you got too much RAM. You might need less RAM. You should download less RAM, maybe. That would be useful. Chrome's a hell of a hog. I need at least 20 of those just for my Chrome browsers. Oh my goodness. What a silly tangent. You know, someone who doesn't do any video stuff has 64. Did they just have it laying around? Because like that's why I have so much, is because like, sure, you can have slower sticks, but like every time I get a new build, I'll have the new sticks that I bought, and then I'll bring the old sticks across. And then when I do a new build, I'll use the new sticks or the old new sticks, and then a new set of sticks. So like it's just been progressively increasing as I've been building computers. So it's like I know where it came from. But yeah, bigger number better is the name of the game. But that's enough of that. Let's figure out how in the heck Gundam wasn't already outselling Dragon Ball. Because that's the real question we have to figure out here is how is the toy company not outselling the Punchy Boy company? Like, does Dragon Ball, outside of like the couple companies you see online that are doing like workout gear, that's, oh, I gotta buy the Goku's gi and work out. Like, other than that, what merch does Dragon Ball have? Dragon Ball Monopoly? Oh, the chance cards are now called Dragon Balls. And the chest is now Bulma, the Capsule Corp. I mean, yeah, Capsule Corp. Like, how they not? According to Bandai Namco's financials, Mobile Suit Gundam is currently outselling Dragon Ball, but this is not expected to last long term. Ryzen 9 3900X, with 32 gibbles. I love it. Love it so much. Dragon Ball has Bulma, Android 18, and Videl. Duh. Figures. Mobile Suit Gundam franchise is a link that takes you to just a search for Gundam on their on their website. Is currently outselling Akira Toriyama's beloved shonen Dragon Ball. This information was confirmed via Bandai Namco's 2023 Q1 fiscal report, which covers sales for the IPs as a whole. Made between April 2022 and June 2022, the report, shared on Twitter by Ethan Law, Arched Thunder, revealed... Hold on. I hope they link... If they don't link to it, remind me to come back. Revealed that Gundam outsold Dragon Ball for the first quarter, pulling in around 1.5 billion yen, or over 11.2 million USD by current exchange rates, more than the shonen giant. Okay, here we go. Fiscal reports. Sweet numbers! Facts and figures! My favorite! Thanks, Eric Law, Arched Thunder. I'll follow you. Follow. Welcome. Now you can follow them. Thank you. I followed them. They have 5,000 tweets. It's more followers than me, too. Hey, hot take. Ethan Law with a hot take. It's okay for people to like things that I don't, and it doesn't mean I think their opinion is wrong or bad. That's a hot take. Goku and Vegeta look hilariously bad in Fortnite. That sounds like a hot take, too. Do 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 do. This guy is dedicated. He is all about Dragon Ball. Oh, apparently Fortnite making a tweet about Dragon Ball being in it is the #1 most liked tweet ever by Fortnite, because anime sells more. All right, that's enough of looking at somebody's Twitter. Let me see these financials. I'll break this off here. It's not gonna be any too much easier, but it's a little easier to read. Let's see. There we go. All right, sales of IPs group-wide and sales of IPs toys and hobby business in Japan. So for fiscal year 2022.3, this is the third quarter of the year 2022, we have Mobile Suit Gundam with first quarter results at 24, or this is a third quarter report. So 24 to 25. First half a year at 50 over 61. And then we come down here and we have Mobile Suit's first quarter at 11.8 to 4.1. Okay, so that makes sense, right? Pandemic got a lot of people into model kits. It sure did. I know one person that I had some kits. I was like, hey, here's a kit. and then I gave them some tools, and then they bought a couple more kits, and they're in. You guess there aren't as many children on Twitter as you might have expected. That, or they just only, my grandpa always had the saying, best to keep your mouth shut and be thought of as wise before you open your mouth and remove all doubt. Or whatever that old people phrase is. You could see how I took it. No way more than Thanos, what me don't believe. No way more than Thanos, what me don't believe. I don't... Rephrase your sentence, Dragon. I can't read it. I know you're illiterate, but you try harder. So, full year results at 101. Full year results at 44 to 9. What is this 19 coming from? Like, obviously, it's only half as far as, like, IPs when it comes to toys and hobby business. Like, this is all Gunpla, right? That's where all this is coming from. Where is the Dragon Ball merch dollars coming from? Do you need to be timed out again? The Fortnite Thanos edition? Are you kidding me? You think Thanos in modern era is more popular on Twitter than Dragon Ball? I'm sorry. We'll dive into that. We'll dive in. We'll double check, but there's no way you can convince me that Thanos is gonna have a bigger response than Dragon Ball. Where is that punctuation? Mobile game? Oh, yeah. They do have Dragon Ball Heroes? Whatever it's called? Okay. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. This one's interesting to me, that whatever this means, group wide. So this would be selling the IP to somebody else to make something with it, I think. Like, I've licensed this IP so you can stream it, or I've licensed this IP so you can publish the books, right? I'm licensing this IP so you can build something off of it or whatever. Me not in Skull anymore. So it makes sense that the licenses would be they're close though. Like, if I asked you, like, I gave you this list of all of, like, these IPs, and I was like, which one is the most expensive IP from Bandai? Most people are probably going to say Dragon Ball. And if I ask you what the second most expensive, I bet you most people say One Piece or Naruto. But look at that. It's like, this is like 2020, no, 2021. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are like a lap ahead, and everybody else is like, we'll finish the race eventually, we swear. It actually annoys you how much it costs to try and watch movies with a large group of people in person. Did we not talk about rent out the theater? Didn't we do that together? Kamen Rider's on there. That's huge. Kamen Rider at 5.6 is a little smaller than Naruto, half as much as One Piece, and, double Ultraman makes sense. Anpan Man, they got to up the price on them baby toys. They're not milking the Anpan Man enough, or everybody prefers Doraemon. I'm also shocked to see Pokemon so low in their IP sales. So crazy. It costs like $300, but you have to buy their food, which makes it way costlier. What if you just don't eat? What if you didn't eat? All right, so Ethan Law. No, stop it. All right, he added this tweet. You didn't believe it. Okay, this is Fortnite's most liked tweet ever, by the way. All right, here we are with 327.1 thousand likes on Fortnite here. So I'll pop. How can I do this? Oh, why is this all such a pain in my butt? There we go. Okay, so I can keep this so that I know what it is. So 327. Can I sort Twitter by most liked? There's things they like. Oh, of course not. Can't make it easy for me. You know, there's some big franchises. There are some big franchises. So we got 66, 2,000, 6,000, 4,000, 11,000, 10,000, 3, 7, 3, 5, 2. Is Pokemon games on Nintendo included in the report? You're guessing not. I don't think so because I think Bandai only owns the toys as far as the IP rights go. Like if you bought a Pikachu's mini house, like it's a Pokeball that opens up and it's like a little house toy or something, you know, some kind of those like plastic toys are usually, or like maybe plushies and stuff would be the Bandai Pokemon. How far back do I have to go to find the heck am I looking for? Ooh, 19,000. John Cena got 19,000. Yeah, because Pokemon is a who the heck owns Pokemon again? How have I forgotten? I can look it up in a minute. 30,000 for John Cena. So that's crazy. John Cena's 1/10 as cool as Dragon Ball. I would not have thought that. Game Freak, that's who it is. Thank you. Yeah, so card sales are all going to Game Freak, and then Game Freak jointly owned by Nintendo and Game Freak. Okay. Technically under the Pokemon Company, that's true. That is true. Always make another company to shield your other company's assets, because if Pokemon causes somebody to die and they get sued, they don't want them to be able to reach through Pokemon into Nintendo and pull money away from Switch sales. It should stick to Pokemon. Pokemon should retain the liability for whatever damage they cost. You can be like, oh, the same person came up with it, so they shouldn't have to pay. You gotta look at the liability, though. Like, who's actually liable for it and what's actually liable for it? If I build 10 robots and one robot, goes and does something bad, but the other robots all do something good, why would you be able to take the profits from one of the robots? You should only go for one robot that did the damage and me as the maker of the robot. Rambling again. 16,000 for Thor. Oh my goodness. How much does Fred Fortnite tweet? 15,000 tweets? Ugh. How far do I have to scroll on this? Beezy. When did Thanos come to Fortnite? When did Thanos Fortnite. I'm just gonna do Fortnite. 3 years after his LTM debut. Fortnite. Thanos. Tweet. Here we go. That was much easier. Oh, get spanked. Get spanked. Who was saying Thanos would be more popular than Dragon Ball? Thanos not even more popular than John Cena. Thanos is a third the likes of John Cena. 10,000 people were like, oh, cool, Thanos. That's pretty nifty. Get spanked, Dragon Ruse. Know your place. This is an anime stream. Oh my goodness. Here's another tweet relating to it. This one got 17,000 likes. Still not even touching. Not even touching. Oh my goodness. Have fun. Have fun with that one. Okay. So, importantly, what we've learned here is that Dragon Ball and and Mobile Suit Gundam are very close for their IP licensing. Their toys are very different. But if you were to take Gundam's toy sales from Q1 here in 2022 and cut it in half, suddenly Dragon Ball and Gundam are neck and neck. And I would bet that Dragon Ball and Gundam have been pretty neck and neck for a while if it's that close. That's why you put a disclaimer in your product. Buy at your own risk. Buyer of this product assumes all risk. Serranos. Disclaimers on products only work if it's an assumed outcome of the product. Don't sass me. Can't see me. Just like Thanos can't see John Cena's level. Yeah, that is a... Because you think, you've always got these things that are like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, disclaimer, 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 disclaimer. You can disclaim anything you want, but if your product leads to death, and death or injury is not an assumed occurrence of the product's use, or a like a logical outcome of the product's use, then you don't maintain or you don't save any sort of liability that way. So if you're like medical stuff, some patients it causes death, like that is a thing where they'll be protected because you're ingesting a chemical that you're hoping will change some part of your body, and dying or getting injured or having something like really go wrong is kind of part of changing something in your body. So it's an assumed thing that comes from that. But like if you bought a Pokemon card and then you were decapitated in the use of that Pokemon card, your family would be able to sue the Pokemon company for decapitation of self due to Pokemon card. Like that's not an assumed thing that could normally happen. Even if they said, warning, use of this product may lead to decapitations or whatever. It's weird. Like business liability is a strange thing. That dumb. Yeah, that would be dumb if you found a way to do that. This happened even though Dragon Ball generated a total of 27.5 billion yen for Q1 over 206 million, roughly 2.4 billion yen more in profit than the previous year. So Dragon Ball still growing. Thank you, Dragon Ball Superhero. Although Gundam is currently in the lead, Law pointed out that Bandai Namco expects that Dragon Ball will regain its position by the end of the year. The first Mobile Suit Gundam anime came out in 1979. Get some history here, and the franchise has maintained its popularity and relevance in the many decades that have followed, with dozens of film, manga, and television installments. Gundam models and figures are also crucial to the franchise's continued success. Recently, in celebration of the 10th anniversary of Yasuo Otagaki's Thunderbolt manga series, 2 new Gunpla plastic models were unveiled. Those new models are the Full Armor Gundam and the Psycho Zaku. I have a Full Armor Unicorn, otherwise known as Zaku 2 High Mobility Type. Another major anime installment in the works, The Witch from Mercury, will stream worldwide, starting this October, although that platform is not yet known. Where will The Witch from Mercury play? Gundam needs Bandai should make its own streaming service. So then we have like Sony and Bandai like fighting over these IPs and talents and everything, because that's the other juggernaut, right? Like, yeah, we've got like Sentai, there's the new company popping up from Matsuri, we've got Bang Zoom and Netflix, but like if Bandai was like, what if we bought some IPs and just took Gundam back and like just ate everybody? That would be crazy. Ya boy Kong Ming, give me a hell yeah. That was the rap episode is so good. It's so freaking good. I love Japanese rap because it doesn't make any sense in English, because in Japanese, they end sentences with des or des ka or desne in like a traditional way of saying the sentence, like the way you would talk to your mom or your grandma or something like that, right? It's always going to end in the same word. So how do they make rhymes and rhythms and other stuff by breaking the way that their sentence structure works normally? And it's so well done. Looks like you're going to have to buy some DBZ toys for your nephews. Buy a lot. You can't withstand. You are going to need to purchase. Well, oh, it's in billions of yen. Okay, so you're going to need to buy over 7 billion yen worth of Dragon Ball toys, which at today's exchange rate, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's too many. Hold on. 7 billion yen to USD is going to be, you're going to need to buy $52 million. So, I hope you're ready for that. I hope you're ready for that. Why did they have 27.5 billion yen to, 206. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, $52 million worth of Dragon Ball toys. So, everyone, Dragon Ruse is about to have a garage sale with many Dragon Ball toys available. I'm gonna need that loan. Can you go tell somebody that I need more money? If you were making what you make now in Japan, you'd be a millionaire. That's true. That's true. Because a million yen to USD is, what is it? What was I going to say here? Oh, that's 10,000. Whoops. I need a million yen. $7,500. What is up, pop culture? Bringing the title of the escape artist, I see. Yeah, so a million yen is 7,500 bucks. So we're all Japanese millionaires. Congratulations. Because even if you make $0 in America, you're gonna get some amount of a stipend. So you're gonna get $7,000 in America. Otherwise, why am I paying all these taxes? Oh my goodness. So that's Gundam. As for Dragon Ball, series creator Akira Toriyama is currently working with the artist Toyotaro on the Dragon Ball Super manga, a continuation of the series that picks up right where Dragon Ball Z left off. Super is currently in the middle of its 6th major story arc called Granola, the Survivor, because everyone in Dragon Ball has a dumb food name. Everyone. Oh, man. You're in the Rocky Mountains. Nice. You said you were, it's vacation time or something. Like, all of Canada goes on, everybody's off of work. Nice. Glad to hear you're in the good mountains. Nothing bad happens in the Rockies. Nope. Nothing bad ever happens in the Rockies as long as you stay away from Donner Pass. You have over 500,000? Nice! Way to go! Congrats on that 500,000 yen, baby. Get some. But much of the attention that the franchise has generated lately has been focused on the film with the stupidest title, Dragon Ball Super! Superhero! I would rather it be something like Dragon Ball Super Squared. Like, that would have been less dumb than Superhero here to me. Which hit theaters in Japan on June 11th. The film revolves around the revival of the Red Ribbon Army, which is plotting once again to take over Earth, and with the help of their newest androids, Gamma 1 and 2, Although Goku has taken down the group in the past, it is his son Gohan who steps up this time, kind of like it was supposed to be originally. Interesting that. Does anybody else know that we were supposed to get... Okay, after the Cell Saga, it was supposed to be Gohan. That's why we got crazy strong badass Gohan growth in the Cell Saga, was that Gohan was supposed to like take over. His dad died, his dad's gone, it's moving on. Now it's Gohan's story and we move on with Gohan. Kind of a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of thing where it's succession and lineage and all that, and we get to move forward with like a new story and new people and it can expand. But everybody tested with Shonen Jump because consumers are dumb. And they're like, I like the main character we've had the whole time. And there's a story of Goku. And so then they're like, all right, well, let's bring Goku back. And then we can, you know, have Majin Buu and like the devil. And Vegeta's bad again, maybe. Like, there was a whole downturn. Like, you need to have a customer base in order to make money, to create escapes. But you shouldn't listen to everything that customer base says. That customer base doesn't know what they want. The classic example is Henry Ford, right? Why'd you make a car? Like, what inspired you? You know, do you listen to your customers? And he was like, if I listened to customers, they would have asked me for a faster horse, but instead I brought them a car. You know, and it's like, customers don't know what they want half the time. That's why we need good salesmen to say, no, this is what you want. This is going to be better. This is what the creator wants to do. He wants to take it to Gohan. You know how you liked following Goku as he got stronger and stronger? Well, Goku's dead. Now we have to move on. Let's talk about Gohan, his son. He's a mixed blood, so he's a little different. He's going to have some other techniques that come out because he's not just a Saiyan necessarily. And we can move on with a better story that'll get you back to those original Dragon Ball roots of searching for the Dragon Balls and getting stronger, and you're not already the #1 in the universe because Vegeta's still around, so he's still going to be a challenge or a threat for Gohan as he strengthens up. But no, they couldn't convince people that Gohan would be the better go-by, and Akira was like, oh, okay, I'll give you Goku back. They got the Dragon Balls and brought Goku back. Cool. Those villains look like dog shit, do they? Gamma 1 and 2? The whole... Oh, goodness. Oof. He was amazing in Cell Saga. Sucks he became a nerd. He became a nerd because people don't know what they want. Wow, these robots are dumb. Isn't Dragon Ball Superheroes all in like a weird 3D as well? Hold on, open image, new tab. There we go. Let's get these guys. Let's get these guys on screen real quick so we can all laugh at them. Laugh! Laugh collectively at the idiocy of Gamma 1 and 2. This is Gamma 1. How do you know? Because he's got a 1 on him. This is Gamma 2 because I assume that's a 2 and he's got 2 head pieces instead of 1 head piece. They're shark android ding-dongs who came to challenge Gohan. Freaking stupid. Yeah. Gohan could, like, picture... Like, when I was a kid... and I was learning to draw, and I started drawing anime, I was drawing Gohan from Cell Saga, aged up. Because it was like, okay, cool, this is the best part. Like, he's going to get stronger and bigger. He's going to be like Goku #2, but better because he's stronger, because he's got his weird, like, rage power. You know, like Gohan is so cool. I loved it. And then they're like, no, Goku came back. Yay! Everybody clap because Goku's back. You did it, Goku. Sounds like Thing 1 and Thing 2. They literally have numbers on their chest. This is what we get now? Goodness. No wonder Gundam took over. At least there's going to be a lot of dead product for Dragon Roost to buy to pump up those numbers. It is his son, Gohan, who steps up this time around along with his mentor, Piccolo, to stop the Red Ribbon Army and rescue his young daughter, Pan, from their clutches. Dragon Ball Super Superhero is coming to theaters. That's the end? That's the end? Ooh, Witch from Mercury confirms worldwide streaming premiere. I'm stoked for this one. Oof. Streaming exclusive. The panel did not specifically state how it would be released. Free through the Gundam YouTube channel. Oh, that would be so cool. Glad you got through your DBZ phase. Now you don't have to worry about it. You can always go back. You can always go back to your Dragon Ball phase. Private corporations control everything. Tells a story. Is this going to be a, like 2015's Iron-Blooded Orphans before it? The Witch from Mercury set in a brand new continuity with... Yes! Yes! I freaking love branch stories in the Gundam universe. The Universal Century is great. It's a good bedrock. It's a continually awesome story, which is a giant setting that people can, like, invest in. But those branch stories, the Gundam Wing, the Iron-Blooded Orphans, this one better follow along everything else because, freaking love when someone's like, okay, big robots, we got it. Let's get rid of the new types and let's do something different. Freaking love it. Gundam on YouTube with live chat. Yeah, they said it as an actual premiere. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. All right, let's get a little hype for the next isekai that we're gonna watch. I'm gonna try to skip spoilers as they may or may not pop in and about. You're still going to theaters to watch Dragon Ball Super. Gotta support anime. True. It may be dumb sometimes. I watched Deer King in theaters, and I thought it was dumb. That show was so goofballs. So goofballs. But I still went. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I saw it. I had a good time. Like, everything was fine. It not being great doesn't ruin me having fun watching it, right? So even with Dragon Ball Super Superhero having a dumb name, dumb enemies, and being about nerd Gohan instead of cool Gohan that we could have had, that's okay. It's okay. It gives people like me, good old glasses beard, a person to aspire to be. You go see the One Piece movie? Nice. Nice. Do-do-do-do. Let's get the other story up here. We got another story here. We're gonna read it now. Bum 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 bum. Why isekai fans should look forward to Reincarnated as a Sword. You've seen all 3 Dragon Ball Super movies in theaters. We know you suffer blame, but it benefited us by laughing at you for having gone along with having the theater robbing you of your money, so the total happiness in the world. Some of my money made it to some entry-level worker making popcorn. It's a real net benefit for the world right there. That's trickle-down economics. So I've only seen the picture so far that they released. It's the little girl holding the sword, or little beast girl, whatever she is, holding this giant sword of the guy that has reincarnated. But Isekai is reborn once again and reincarnated as a sword, and the weapon-based anime promises both great action and an interesting protagonist dynamic. Despite some audiences wishing it would, the isekai genre just won't slow down when it comes to anime. The latest isekai light novel to get the anime treatment is reincarnated as a sword, which promises to give the genre the right to be arms, as silly as it might... Wait, what? Which promises to give the genre the right to be arms? I feel like that joke didn't land. As silly as it might sound, scoffers and haters should take a second look at Isekai's newest reincarnation show, featuring an almost father-daughter relationship between a young Ojo-san and a sword. The show is set to certainly shake up the usual dynamics. How is that the link you give me? Time for Sword Art Online? Oh, it's going for Uncle. It needed to be italicized for the B. Yeah, that would make more sense. Of the fantasy genre. Coming out in a few months, here's what anime fans should know about Reincarnated as a Sword, as well as why fans of other isekai might enjoy it. Based on the original novel by Yu Tanaka, Reincarnated as a Sword features a nameless protagonist who is quite literally reincarnated as a sword. After dying at the hands of a relative of Truck-kun, he becomes a powerful sword in a fantasy world. Resigning himself to his armament fate, he seeks to be wielded by a worthy warrior. His wish comes true thanks to the timely appearance of a two-headed bear. The ferocious creature attacks a caravan of slavers, with the cat girl Fran finding the sword and using it in battle. Now called Master Teacher, the sword and Fran go... I wonder who Fran's voice actor is going to be. I hope it's Fran Drescher, because that would be so funny. Hey, I found a sword. Hey. Oh, sounds like the sword on Inuyasha third movie where demons are forged into swords. I'm going to make you into a sword. The novel and light novel series are both still running, having started in 2015 and 2016 respectively. These are followed by two manga adaptations, Reincarnated as a Sword and Reincarnated as a Sword Another Wish. Both are likewise still being published. Both are being published? They've got a main line and a sideline? What is this? Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? And Sword Oratoria? Who is Fran Drescher? What? Oh my goodness. You'd rather be a dagger? Fran Drescher was the nanny in a show back in the 90s. Bum bum bum. Can I get a... Maybe if I just go to... I hate that the Google YouTube search, like searching on Google, doesn't just bring only YouTube up. They make fun of Fran Drescher on Family Guy all the time. How about... Who's gonna not sue me the least? You never watched Family Guy. Interesting. Fran answers fan questions. Okay. So, in this show, Fran was a nanny who was hired by a rich man to be a nanny. And part of the dynamic was the whole, like, nanny falling in love with the guy, but she was still professional, and this is her. This is Fran Drescher. This is her wearing a silly outfit because, like, part of the show was the nanny always coming out in, like, a full leopard print suit.
Does this look familiar?
And she has that voice. This is Fran's voice. This is her actual voice, and it's the voice that she used throughout the show.
What connected you the most to the role you played in The Nanny? Well, I created the show and wrote on every episode, and the rule of thumb is write about what you know. So I decided to take all the colorful characters that I grew up with, my family, my friends, and even me closer to when I was maybe in...
And it's like, she does sound a little bit older now, but even back in the day, she had this same voice, like this very high pitch, like a whiny Peter Griffin almost. Like
high school, and that became Fran Fine and her world.
Ma, it's over. We split up. No, don't say that!
And even
classic sitcom. You know the voice? Okay. You never watched The Simpsons? Oh my goodness! You have to watch at least the first 30 seasons. You have to watch the first 30 seasons of The Simpsons, and then you get your wrench back. Oh my goodness. I'd rather be a dagger. I'd rather be a wrench. Back to sword and my Fran joke. Both are likewise still being promoted. Now the series is finally jumping on the bandwagon of isekai anime and being reincarnated into an animated adaptation. Does Reincarnated as a Sword begin airing? When? You watch at least 8 seasons. I'm honestly not kidding that you need to watch at least 27 seasons. But watch what is his name? Super Eye Patch Wolf has a video on The Simpsons and the downfall of The Simpsons, and he actually calls out like a specific year that you need to basically stop watching The Simpsons. Because part of The Simpsons and what made it so fun and exciting is that The Simpsons was a parody of the sitcoms of the 80s and 90s. So it looked at Married with Children and said, oh, we've got, Dopey Dad, we got the kids who are smart Alex, and we've got a wife who's trying to keep it all together. And it took these storylines and things and parodied them. And then as it went through the 90s, it did the same thing. Into the 2000s, we had 90s sitcoms that it was able to parody. But then, remember, we stopped having sitcoms. They stopped being the main thing. We started having reality TV be the main thing. We started having streaming services taking over. And suddenly, that show, like Everybody Loves Raymond, that everybody would come home and watch, wasn't there anymore. And so they didn't really have that source to parody. And so what happened is Simpsons became a parody of itself. And so it just got wackier and wackier and wackier, Jump the Shark, all that other stuff sort of comes out. But Super Eye Patch Wolf has a really good video on when the downfall of The Simpsons started, and you can stop watching at that point. You watch both of his Simpson videos? Good. Then you're familiar at least with the concept that I'm breaking down here. Watch it at 2 times speed, it'll have your time. If you watch it at 3 times speed, it'll reduce it by 60%. You know a lot about it, but never watched it. Oh my goodness, it's like me and Naruto. The Reincarnated, moving on. The Reincarnated as a Sword anime adaptation is produced by C2C, which is also behind the fellow isekai anime Skimichi, which is fantastic. Moonlit Fantasy, I love that show. Definitely watch it if you haven't. It also shares a director in the form of Shinji Ishihara, who is at the helm of the Fairy Tail anime adaptation. Reincarnated as a Sword was announced in late 2021, along with the light novel's 12th volume. Fans don't have long to wait. The show will be hitting Japanese airwaves on October 5th, 2022, with Sentai Filmworks announcing that they'll be licensing the series outside of Japan. Which streaming service will host the show is still unknown, however. Entice fans of SAO and other isekai, because that's all I put down is SAO, and then I've got some SEO, baby. As mentioned, the teacher-student relationship between Master and Fran is something of a father-daughter relationship, something that's especially unique for isekai narratives. This provides something fresh for what's becoming a rather stale genre. Don't you call this genre stale when we have Reincarnated as a vending machine right around the corner? Get out of here. But it will still appeal to those who can't get enough isekai. When the hero becoming a powerful asset in a fantasy world not his own, the premise and name of the series bear more than a passing resemblance to that time I was reincarnated as a slime. with the focus on epic action. It's also quite well. If he turns into like a sword demon and is able to move on his own, then I'll lose respect for this show. But as long as he retains his swordness and always has to be wielded by somebody, then we got new. With more isekai light novels being turned into anime by the day, what's been shown so far of reincarnated as a sword is already convincing many that it won't be just another cookie cutter series. If it's anything like the source material, the focus will be much less on zany reincarnation antics and more on a great relationship between a girl and her sword. Oh boy. I'm excited for it. I want to see it. All right. Those are the stories I have for Anna Monday. We talked about what I watched. We talked about Gundam and Dragonball. We talked about how I live my life a quarter mile at a time. We talked about Simpsons. We had a great, fun episode. We are now going to attempt a transition. Yes, I know. You never thought I would say it, did you? We're going to pull this off. We're going to do this. Let's see if this works first. Is this going to work? No? Didn't work, did it? Got to make that work. I'll have to make that work. So we'll have to work on that later. So that didn't work. But we can do this manually. So we are going to switch over to Twitch. Here's a Twitch page. I'm putting it in threes because that's what I like to do. And theoretically, I should be able to end this stream and then switch over and start the Twitch stream while this one's ending. And then once that one's ready to go, we'll be rocking and rolling. We'll be rocking and rolling. We're going to play some Minecraft today. I'm going to have to move some of these windows around. Thanks to Serranos, we have a permanent server. So jump into the Discord if you want to join up, and you can message Serranos and you can join our world, and we can all play together. But we're gonna continue into Twitch, and we're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna make our own escapism. I know some people, myself included, like to sit around and listen to somebody ramble on about topics on the internet. And you know, that's a form of escape for you. You're like, yeah, listen to this other person talk about what's going on in their world. That's kind of an escape for me. A lot of people, though, like watching people enjoy games and building, and I like to build stuff. So this will be like woodworking, the anime show, except it'll be manga. So we'll switch over there, and we'll have some fun. And if it all explodes, I'll tweet and I'll drop in Discord or locals or something like that. Hey, it didn't work. It exploded. So let's see what I can do. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everybody. Kampai, and I'll see you over at Twitch.